All right. This is my review for Night of the Seven Kingdoms, episode 1. You know what's interesting? I, I love, I am late on Game of Thrones. I started watching, well, maybe I started watching when a good amount of people did as well. I heard about Game of Thrones for a long time, but I started watching Game of Thrones when COVID happened. I never watched it for so long. I'm like, it's so long. When am I going to watch this? When COVID happened, there was 2 shows that I found out about and that I actually watched all the way through. Game of Thrones and The Office. Those 2 things I watched for the first time during COVID, and I loved both of them. And I think that I love the original Game of Thrones so much because I was able to watch it all the way through. Some people don't like how Game of Thrones ended originally, but I loved it because I was able to. I didn't have to wait. Like if I had to wait, maybe I would have hated it like some people do. But I enjoyed the whole thing. I could see its flaws for sure, but I did enjoy that whole experience. Anyways, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. The first episode for me is underwhelming. I like Game of Thrones, and I did watch House of the Dragon. I don't like how House of the Dragon season 2 ended at all, which makes me almost not want to watch the newest season. Um, so we'll see about that. I probably will watch it because I just like it so much, but this way it ended House of the Dragon season 2 just unforgivable to me. They didn't have to do us like that. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is this: A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, this first episode, was underwhelming. I did not expect that. I was like, I'm going into this like I'm gonna love it. And every Game of Thrones thing, the first thing about the first episode of Game of Thrones pulls you in and it's like perfect. And then the first episode of House of Dragon is really good too. So I figured, all right, this first episode is gonna be really good. I watched this first episode and I was like, I didn't feel that Game of Thrones love that I normally feel when I watch a show. I didn't feel at the end like I want to keep watching. Like I just nothing in the first episode really pulled me in. So I don't know. I'm gonna keep watching it, but here's what I am gonna do. I'm going to see if it gets better. What I do is this: I normally give shows I give shows some grace. Sometimes I give like maybe 2, like 3 episodes. If by the 3rd episode I'm not like hooked in, then just I'm done. But I don't think that's gonna happen because I feel like Game of Thrones is good. It's normally like awesome from episode 1 all the way through. But this first episode didn't grab me the way I thought it would. Nothing and really enticed me in this episode. So I'm gonna watch episode 2 and see where it goes from there. I don't want to make this too long, but just some quick thoughts. I will say the world still feels like Game of Thrones for sure. It still feels like Game of Thrones. It still feels like the world, however they get these people to make it look like exactly and feel like the world is pretty awesome to me. Like it feels just like the world. Like it feels perfect. So that way it looks like Game of Thrones and it feels like it a bit, but I'm not grabbed on as much as I want to be so far. So hopefully we get some new interesting characters, and this is only first episode, so I'm giving it a lot of grace. I love Game of Thrones, and I loved the first season of House of Dragon. I love Game of Thrones, so I'm gonna give this a shot. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna watch all of it, but I'm hoping by season episode 3 something pulls me in, because this first episode I was like, it was pretty underwhelming, and I just didn't. I thought it was gonna be like, I don't know. When I think about Game of Thrones, I think about that first episode just pulls you in, and this first episode didn't do that for me. It kind of just gave me an introduction to a character, which is what episode's supposed to do. But I'm so used to Game of Thrones, that first episode, like that last 15 minutes, is like something happens where like it hooks you. I didn't feel that hook, so we'll see how it goes. And yeah, but yeah, I don't make this too long. It's Deja, know the name, spread love and light, and this is my quick thoughts on A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, episode 1. Check it out. Peace.